happened in that has happened in Andhra Pradesh. Aadhaar card. Aadhaar card data breach is there. Aadhaar card fingerprint scanning. Someone has collected all those things and created duplicate SIM cards on someone else's name. Sony workstation. Yes, that is correct, Lavendra. Samsung data breach. Then Snippy supermarket chain. Cyber attack. There will be a lot of ransomware attacks. Remember, ransomware means they try to lock your computer or server and with a strong key. If you pay them the enough amount ransom, then only they'll give you the key or they will unlock the systems or the servers. These are called ransomware attacks. Equifax, yes, Equifax is one more good example. Lot of ransomware attacks you see outside, just like blackmailing. They lock your servers, they lock your computer, and if you make the payment, they'll try to release your servers. Equifax. Equifax is a credit monitoring company. Credit monitoring means you have your credit card, you have your debit card, you have your some other cards and some balance. Everything they consolidate and they'll tell you like what is the best way for you to save the amount, what is the best way for you, which all the expenses you want to cut it down, which all the expenses you can spend more. All those things they try to monitor your liquidity, cash. Okay, so that company they also has gone through the security breach because of some Java struts. Java framework everyone knows, right? It is very important for all the software companies to update their systems in time. Say for example, do you get some updates in your mobile? Yes or no? We think like okay, it is just an update, remember, but these are very critical updates. Sometimes they would have given some security fix. Without that security fix, your mobile can be hacked by someone else, by hackers. If you don't apply those security fixes, your mobile is vulnerable. Vulnerable means it can be hacked. The same thing happened with Equifax. The Apache Java Struts framework. What happened? There were some updates that has been released 3 months back. These Equifax people, they didn't deploy it immediately. They have deployed it after 3 months. By the time they deploy, attackers have gained access to their servers. That was happened with Equifax. Okay, there are a lot of risk that has been involved in case if any kind of company goes through the security breach. Entire company together, maybe we can consider 100 security engineers. These people are enough for protecting the company. Even if you consider 10 lakhs per annum, it will become to 1 crore. Well, not 1 crore, 10 crores we can spend maximum. I'm telling the approximate amount. For Equifax, if they want to be protected from some security breach, assume like 10 crores is enough per annum to protect their softwares and servers. But in case if the company goes through security breach, what are the different kinds of impact it has to go through? That we'll discuss soon. Let me show you some more. We'll discuss few more security attacks. LinkedIn also has gone through like that was a data breach. Some of the LinkedIn account users has been found in the dark web. Facebook similar one. SolarWinds network compromise issue. Yes, that one also one of the security issues. Yahoo we discussed in yesterday's session. Now let us see some more examples of different categories. When I say security breach, it is not only for web application. It can be for different kinds of other applications as well. It can be for mobile, it can be for network. Let us discuss few examples. Dark web, deep web. Basically, each and every country restricts accessing some applications. For example, you want to access some applications where you can purchase the weapons. So every country will try to block that kind of websites. But if you want to access that kind of websites, you can use this Tor browser VPNs by changing the VPN to a different country and then trying to access all these dark web, deep web websites. That's it. That is the only difference. I'll tell you how to enable this VPN proxies and then the Tor browser for accessing some malicious websites. That we'll discuss it in further sessions. Now let us talk about the security breaches. Equifax, Apache Struts. Okay, it is not about Java, it is about Apache Struts. They didn't deploy the patch. That's the reason this Equifax has gone through the security breach. Okay. Then the Panera Bread we have discussed. Rail Europe. In European countries, just like Paytm, Book My Show, or Make My Trip, Rail Europe is one more app. You can book tickets in that Rail Europe. It has gone through the skimming software. Someone has deployed the skimming software in their system, in their server. Continuously, they keep on tracking all the customer data to the attacker's database. That is called that issue has happened with Rail Europe. CoinRail. This is something related to Bitcoin currency. So hackers directly hacked the servers that was there where this Bitcoin currency was there. So if that servers are compromised, it is ultimately like they got the money. Digital currency, right? Bitcoin means if you are able to get access, that's it. You can use that Bitcoins. Target. Yesterday we discussed about Target. Malware read information from one of the devices of the POS systems. These are like network related attacks. Yahoo. Complete complete access to the source code, which they can do anything. JP Morgan. JP Morgan, the issue that has happened with JP Morgan is one of the insider helped accessing to one of the servers, critical servers. That's it. The moment you get access to one server, they try to access few more servers from that servers. Like that, the attackers has compromised 29 servers. Okay, that is the issue with the network. And few more related to mobile and few more related to cloud. You can go through these security issues, breaches whenever you have time. I'll be sharing this document to you. Okay. Yeah, this is all about the security breaches. Now, the next concept is client server communication. You see a lot of startup companies, right? Sorry. Startup companies which they do business. In most of the cases, either they do business with the website or mobile. If you want to do the business with a website, what is the minimum investment that is required? Can anyone tell me? Let us talk about from money perspective, not only about security breaches. What is the minimum investment that may be required? That is the advantage with respect to the software. Nowadays, you get a lot of WordPress websites, even like customized templates for creating a website. 50K is enough if you want to build a business. If you have some startup idea should be good. That's it. Okay. Even mobile also, you can build some app with 50K. That is enough if you want to run some business. So that is the advantage. If you take about some of the successful companies like Flipkart, Amazon, Facebook, Snapdeal, they also would have started with 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs of the minimum investment. But now, if you see, they run business in dollars, billions of dollars, right? I can say like software is the only thing where you can earn crores with minimal investment. If you want to try same thing with any kind of hardware factory for the similar kind of investments, you need to have a place, location, you need to have a place, hardware, and lot of employees altogether. At least minimum of 10 crores is required if you want to start some startup with the help of hardware, right? There's a reason most of the people they try to come up with some ideas with respect to the software to start their business. However, if they are earning in crores, billions of crores, if some company goes through security breach, just like Yahoo, if it goes through the security breach, they're almost going to lose 80 to 90% of their net net income, or whatever they have, right? Whatever is the worth of that company, 70 to 80% of that worth will come down in case if any company like e-commerce company or banking company or insurance company, if it goes through security breach. Let us understand what is the impact if any company goes through the security breach. We have seen that Equifax is there, and Yahoo was there, and Rail Europe was there. Whenever these kind of companies goes through the security breach, what kind of impact it has? Each one of you has to tell one answer. Okay. Data loss. Is the data compromised? Yes. Next thing, can anyone tell me one example? What will happen to the trust, customer's trust? Will they be trusting your application if it is going through the security breach? Once the trust is lost, it is lost. It is very difficult for you to bring the trust again. Customer trust and confidence, reputation, not reputation, reputation of the fame, goodwill. The moment if some bank or company goes through the security breach, then you lose your goodwill. Earlier, customers are confident about putting some gold in your bank. If it goes through some kind of a theft, they don't put it. Ultimately, they draw all the funds. Bad talk means reputation. Okay. How about, yes, business loss is there. Not a data loss. Ultimately, it is coming to business loss. Stock market, share price. Share price will go down or go up if some company goes through security breach. Share price will go down. Okay. This is a very important factor. The reason is if your share price is 100, your company worth was 100 crores. Assume like 1 crore shares are there altogether. Your company worth was 100 crores. Within 3 months, it will come down to 30 rupees. Within a year, it will come down to 10 rupees. That's it. Within a year, the company price or worth will come down from 100 crores to 10 crores. Loss of lot of impact, right? 10 CR, 100 crores to 10 crores. That will happen. This is very dangerous. So if your company is going through security breach, the stock price will drastically come down in a short duration. That is because of the security breach. What will happen finally? They cannot bear the employee cost, business, all those things. So 10 crores worth value, they will try to sell it for. Some company will come, okay, we'll purchase your company for 15 crores. That's it. They think like, okay, we are getting 50% profit. They'll get compromised and they'll sell the company for 15 crores. Yes, that's the reason. Yes, finally shut down. How do we prevent these kind of things? Yes, we are going to discuss that. Any other impact, guys? That's it. These are the only things which you see if any company goes through security breach. Servers down, employment, jobs will be lost. Yes, that is the jobs lost will be like they only will remove to cut down the cost, right? How about price spent on supporting the breach? Some additional employees are required to do the investigation. Am I correct? This investigation has to be done by the whom? External party. External party in the sense your company will not have skilled resources who can come and do the investigation why this security breach is happened. You can say like, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to spend additional amount. Nothing like that. It is the responsibility of the company owner to perform this investigation and find out how this security breach is happened. This is with respect to the Data Regulatory Act from any country. Okay. The next regulatory fine. Have you heard of this? Anyone? Already we have gone through security breach. We are running under business laws. Along with that, you have to pay fine. It can be like $10 million, $20 million, like that. Even this price spent on investigation, this also may go to $5 million, like that. Then share price, that's it. $100 million will come down to $10 million. See the impact because of just a security breach. Business loss within this 10, of course, that is directly impacting the share price. Reputation, customers trust, data loss, these things will impact in the near future. The next 5 years, there will not be much business. All your stakeholders, partners, they try to withdraw the business from your company. Anything else? Support affected users. You have your customers and they say like some of their data has been compromised and even some of the amount in their accounts has been lost. What should the company do? They have to compensate. No other case. Compensate through some or other way. Give some extra offers. You require even the employees to support these new offers. So these are some of the things which you have to spend money on in case if some company goes through security breach. The Equifax has gone through the security breach around 2016 or 17. Even now, they are giving some kind of support for these affected customers. Equifax security breach. You see here settlement. What is that settlement? They have to refund whatever is the amount. Equifaxsettlement.com. Data breach. Data breach. Basically, if you are a customer of the Equifax and they would have given some steps like how we can give some extra amount. $425 million to help people affected by the data breach. Okay, let us not go too much deep. Just see the figure. $425 million. Million means 10 lakhs. 42 crores dollars. Okay, is it worth spending 42 crores just for giving the compensation to the customers? Or with this 42 crores, I can hire 80 members with 50 lakhs package, security engineers. That is worth, right? Be online. Which one is worth paying $250 million for $50 million or hiring security engineers who are very good in security testing, penetration testing? If they have a good security team, infosec team, they try to cover or they try to discover any kind of security vulnerabilities, and they ensure that your company doesn't go through the security breach. Which one is better, hiring security engineers or spending money for settlements, detectives, fines, regulatories? I'm just showing the money that is spent only on the settlement. Along with this, even the money has been sent for different reasons. Losses from unauthorized charges to your accounts. Fee paid to professionals like attorneys, lawyers. And you have to publish these kind of statements. You need to inform to the employees, customers, that you have gone through the security breach and we are going to do the settlement. If they don't do this one, they are going to lose the customers. That's it. So many things. So instead of spending amount on our business, we are spending amount on settling the things that has been come up with the security breaches. Okay. That's the reason it is very important for us. Not only like Equifax. Equifax is one of the example which has gone through the security breach. Before the incident itself, we have to take care. So whatever the amount to $50 million, here it is. Spent on fines, regulatory fines, supporting the investigation. There will be people who has done forensic investigation from IT. You need to hire them and then ensure that work is done. Again, $100 million to $10 million. That's it, over. Finally, your company will shut down, bankrupt. Reputation. You'll not be able to perform the business. Like this, so many companies are there. That's the reason not only like Equifax, all the companies whichever are enabled online business, be it, tell me some areas where the companies are doing business through online. One is e-commerce application. Any other applications? Ticket booking apps, Paytm, then banking applications. Voice not clear, just give me a second. Traveling apps, yes. Digital currency. Anything else? Food delivery apps, news channels. News channels also has their websites. Healthcare, hospitals, online hospital. You can book your appointment with the doctors on the online app. Transportation, looking through the transportation, online jobs. Like this, whatever is the domain you want to take, whatever is the field or department, there exists the software. So it doesn't matter for me. The transport app is built with Java or C Sharp or PHP. It has to be protected. And the same way, e-commerce applications, ticket booking applications, whatever is the technology or the framework behind the scene, it has to be protected, right? So there comes up the requirement for the security units. So as part of security testers, penetration testers, we have web security units, network, mobile, IoT, API, then vehicle automotive. Like this, security engineers are required for each and every company. Considering this, the packages are very huge for cyber security engineers. Okay, fine. The risk that is coming up because of the security breaches, it will be asked in the interviews like what will happen if your application goes through the security breach. What is the problem? You need to create a story like this. Okay. IoT stands for Internet of Things. Anything, any kind of device that is connected to the internet can be considered as IoT. For example, you give a clap, the fan will automatically start. Or cameras that are connected to the internet. Or the refrigerators, you are able to turn it on, turn it off from your office. The refrigerator that is located in your home. So all this comes under IoT, Internet of Things. API. API means Application Programming Interface. So most of these applications, digital currency applications, food delivery apps, front end will be a web application. Behind the web application, there will be APIs. APIs means web services. We'll discuss that soon in some of our sessions. So you are required to test only the APIs, not the web application or the mobile. Okay, fair enough. Let us move on to new concept today. It is very important for us to know the risk that is associated if you are not doing proper security testing or vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. There is a reason I have covered this concept, which will be useful for you. Network. You guys able to hear me? Yes, that's good. Let us talk about the website. Out of all these websites, let me take one simple example of a website. How is this website constructed? Think like abcbank.com is there. There is a banking website, abcbank.com. This is called URL. Okay. HTTPS www.abcbank.com. All of you try to message one URL in the chat window for any application which you are aware. Real-time URL, website. URL and the app name or the company name. If you want to construct a website like this, banking website or e-commerce website or whatever it is, Sajid Outlook, Venkat Sony, Jagan Facebook. One URL I need from all of you, complete URL. Don't say like just x.com. It should be like HTTP or HTTPS colon slash slash Sai Kiran, SRIT College. Okay, srit.ac.in. Pawan, WhatsAppWeb.com. Abhishek, manabadi.com. One example of the URL from each one of you. Gundra Kesava Sai Kalyan, Instagram.login.com, Jagan, SKU, Muhammad, SBI Online, Harshita Sakshi, Vali, Vidya Vision, Manikanta YouTube, everyone, Rajani, Google.com, Asad, ICICbank.com. Now you understood, right? What is meant by the URL? Universal Resource Locator. URL stands for, these are the basics which you should be familiar. URL stands for Universal Resource Locator. Sometimes it is also called URI, Universal Resource Identificator. Okay, identification. For any kind of website, yes, we'll discuss what is meant by HTTP. If you want to construct a website like this, you require some softwares, server softwares. Those are database server, application server, and web server. Okay, so all these three components together with the clients is called three-tier architecture. Remember the term three-tier architecture. You have multiple users on the extreme right hand side, extreme left hand side, and you are able to access the banking website. You send a request to the website and you get a response. You send a request and you get the response. Like this, for any kind of website, there will be billions of users. Okay. If it is a banking website and you are trying to register first time you are trying to create an account, there are users one, user one is there, user two is there, user three, user four. You can create online account for any kind of application. Need not be for abcbank.com. It can be for Facebook, ticket booking app, any kind of application, right? Most of the cases, it will allow you to create one account. Okay, it doesn't matter, user 4 or user 3 or user 5. Okay. Within these users also, there will be hackers. User 5, you can consider it like a hacker. That's it, right? He's one of the user who tries to perform some malicious activities. User 1, user 2, user 4, and user 5. You want user 3? Okay, let me put one more user here. You can consider this as a user 3. Now, every user has to interact with this three-tier architecture for communication purpose. So database server, application server, and web server along with this client is called three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture. What is the purpose of the database? Can anyone tell me? We are going to spend one session, complete session, to learn the database queries. Because if you want to hack the database, you should know the basics of database queries. So one session will be completely on the database. The purpose of the database is for storage. What storage it does? There are multiple users, they are trying to do the sign up. When they do a sign up, can anyone tell me what are the details we provide? Assume like you are doing a sign up, either directly or indirectly, to a banking account. You are trying to open a bank account. You provide your first name, last name, email address, phone number, then address, your nominees, right? All these details you are trying to provide. And once you provide these details, they are trying to create an account. After creating an account, you'll have account number, login details, then transactions. So all this data has to be stored somewhere. So where do we store this data? Web server, application server, or database server? Remember, it will be stored in the database server. The purpose of the database is to store the customer's data, applications data, and business logic. What is the purpose of the application server? The purpose of application server is for the business logic. Remember, the purpose of application server is for business logic. We don't store the data in the web server. The purpose of the web server is to enable the application online. With the help of web server, we are able to access the applications across the internet. Okay. Without web server, we will not be able to access these applications from internet. To enable your business online, you require the web server. Application server is where the business logic is implemented with the help of framework like Java, C#, all those things. How does the website knows user 5 is asking for the transactions and user 1 is asking for the account summary? Multiple users are there at the same time, they try to perform some different operations. So this kind of business logic programming architecture is done in the application server with the help of the framework. Okay, the entire thing, application server, database server, web server, along with its clients, is called three-tier architecture. And the protocols that are responsible for website communication are HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, we'll discuss that soon. We will not be installing or hosting these three servers in the same computer or same server. We host in dedicated servers. Assume like database server I'm trying to install in Linux. Application server I'm trying to host or install it in Windows 2012 server. Similarly, web server I'm hosting in Windows 2012 server. So finally, these servers are operating systems. That's it, right? When I say operating system, that has been configured in one computer or the system. Okay. Within a computer, how many ports will be there? Can anyone tell me? How many ports will be there in a computer? Total number of ports in a system. Raghavendra says virtual ports. Ports means basically channels that can be used for interacting with the computer. Six 5535. Okay. Yes, 65,000 plus. 65535. These are the total number of ports that will be there in any kind of computer, and there will be some default ports. That are dedicated for some purpose. Some are dedicated for websites. Some are dedicated for emails. Few are dedicated for file transfers. Still, like some are dedicated for some other services like DNS. So depending on the functionality, that functionality has a default port. Out of 65535, we dedicate those port numbers for some specific purpose. Yes, we have again Telnet secure shell. Okay. So for websites, Default port numbers are 80 and 443. In these port numbers, for communication purpose, we follow some set of rules or signatures. Those are called protocols. Okay. Protocol means nothing but set of rules. As human, you know like how to talk to some other person. But computers, they cannot talk by themselves. What they do is, we would have feeded some instructions. Those are nothing but protocols or rules. With the help of those rules, the computers will work as it is. They cannot think by themselves. It has to be given instructions. You would have seen movies, right? Robo, okay? That will be working only based on the instructions. Okay? Yeah, fine. Now let us study about some ports and some protocols and default ports for those protocols. Considering that for website communication, there are two protocols that are responsible. One is HTTP, other one is HTTPS. Default port for HTTP is port number 80. Default port number for HTTPS is 443. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Okay. And similarly for email servers, the protocol that is used for emails is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and default port number is 25. For file transfers, protocol is FTP, port number is 21. For DNS, domain name server system, default port number is 53. Like this, you have to learn around 20 default ports and its protocols. We'll learn further as and then we proceed in some sessions. Okay. But on a high level, let us come back to the website. For website communication, the protocols that are responsible for website communication are HTTP and HTTPS. The default port numbers are 80 and 443. Very, very important topic. It will be asked in the interviews. What is the default port number for HTTP? What is the default port number for HTTPS? Okay. And what is the full form of HTTP and HTTPS? What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? I see a question. What is meant by HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language that is used for the front-end development. We'll discuss that in further sessions. Please repeat full form. Okay. I'll write it down here. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Is it tough or easy, the concepts, whatever you are trying to learn? Are you guys able to follow? The topics, whatever you learn for cyber security, are morely aligned with your real-time activities, right? Everyone use website, everyone knows how the websites will work and what are the different ports and protocols. These are technical things. But if you consider security breach, whenever any company goes through the hacking or the security breach, they have to face some business loss. These things also you see in movies, right? The moment the hero or the villain compromises the target, the stock market will completely come down and they'll be in problem. And again, they'll come back, say, doing some or other thing. You would have seen in movies. So entire our course will be like this. Whatever the lab you do, that you can correlate it to the real-time activity or some movies. There is no programming involved. Very simple basic scripts are involved as part of our course. I think there is a quiz for it, but we need to cover a few more concepts. It may take another 20 minutes. We'll do it in the next session. So meantime, we'll try to cover some more basics on this concept. Okay. So far, whatever we discussed is client server communication. So whenever you talk about the client, Server is the website or the systems where this website is hosted. No, there are a lot of port numbers. Whenever we do some practical lab, I'll try to list down the ports and port numbers, protocols. Now, in this client server communication, what is meant by client here? Is it a user or computer or browser? What is meant by client in case of client server communication with respect to the website? What is the correct answer? I logged into the Facebook account from my computer and I'm able to access my account of Facebook from my computer. And then from the browser, I'm able to get all the content from the server. So which one is the client here? Client is browser. Remember, it is not the user. User is someone who triggers the actions. But the actual client which interacts with the server is the browser. When I say browser, tell me some examples of the browsers. Chrome. Then one example from each one of you. Give me one example of the client. It can be duplicate. I want you to read these things. Facebook is the application, not the browser. Chrome is the browser. Internet Explorer, Edge, Firefox. These are all basics which you should be familiar when you come to the cyber security. Not only for cyber security, be it for manual testing, security testing, performance testing, development. These are the basics which you should be familiar. I have seen people even after 5 years of experience. Turn off the video, guys. Okay. Even after 5 years of experience, they will not be knowing the port numbers, protocols, all these things. Even in the client server communication, they'll not be aware what is meant by the client. So these are like basics, which you should be very strong in basics. Okay. Any other browsers apart from Chrome, IE, Edge, Firefox, DuckDuckGo? Yes, that is one more browser that is used for hacking. Tor browser. Then Opera. Opera is one more browser. Yes. Client is not the full form. It is client means like the end application. UC browser, yes. Okay, still many more are there, but more oftenly used are these are the ones. Firefox, Edge, IE, Chrome, Opera, UC. These browsers will act like a client and the server will be hosted in the remote system. Now let us talk about the operating systems. Operating systems are two types. The purpose of operating systems can be used for two purposes. Some are client operating systems, and few are server operating systems. Server operating systems, just now we discussed Windows 2012. If you want to host a server, we want to host what the server operating systems. Linux server. If you want to host a web server, database server, application server, we depend on server operating system. Client operating systems, what is the purpose of client? It will not support any kind of clients. Basically, it is meant for running some kind of end user related activities. For example, games or in banks, employee computers in bank or employee computers in a software IT company, right? Or any government organization, end user. Some of the examples of client operating systems are Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows 11, Windows 10. Any other client operating systems? Mac OS, yes. That's it. server operating systems are meant for providing services to the end users. Linux can be used as client operating system as well. Yes, that is correct. Any more examples? I'm expecting one very simple answer which everyone knows, the client operating system. Even now, I got the answer from Afros. Android is client operating system or server operating system? That is used for client purpose or server purpose? Android. It is used in mobiles, right? Android is a client operating system. We don't host any services, that is used for accessing some of the client applications. Internet is available for communication purpose. Okay. What is the latest Android version? 9, 10, 11, 12. What is the correct answer? Latest Android version that is available in the market, in the mobiles. It is a 12, I guess. Okay. That is available in the market is 12 and 13 is about to come. Just remember this. Fine, guys. Thank you so much. And in fact, we have to discuss about HTTP versus HTTPS communication. HTTP versus HTTPS communication. Which one is secure? HTTP communication is secure or HTTPS? Reply to this question. We will discuss these concepts. HTTP communication versus HTTPS communication. HTTPS is secure. The communication is done in encryption manner. No one will understand except the sender and the receiver. In case of HTTPS communication, data will be encrypted so that other people will not be able to read this data. Okay, fine. We are running out of time. Thank you so much, and see you on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. One more thing. Today is the last session for free sessions. From Monday onwards, only the paid members are allowed. 2 or 3 demo sessions are enough for you to get some kind of understanding whether how these sessions are and whether it is easy or not. From Monday onwards, only the paid members will be allowed for the sessions. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And in case if you are joining for the manual testing classes, we'll connect at 9:30 again. Thank you so much. We'll have the manual testing class today. Which we have to cover a few more concepts for pitch, which we are not able to finish. We'll do it on Monday. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.